Hey there. Let's talk about online safety. Does it ever feel like a little too much to handle? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So in this explainer, we're just going to cut through all that noise and give you some simple, really clear steps to help you avoid scams and just feel a whole lot more confident online.
You know, the digital world can feel pretty intimidating sometimes, almost like there are traps waiting for you around every corner. But here's the really good news. You don't have to be a tech genius to stay safe. Honestly, a few basic habits can make a huge difference.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll quickly go over the basic tools we're all using. Then we'll get into what online scams actually are. After that, we'll talk about building your own digital shield, then learn how to spot an attack, and we'll wrap up with what to do if one actually gets through.
Okay, let's dive right in. Before we even get to talking about defenses, let's just do a quick check-in on the basic tools that we're trying to protect in the first place.
First up, your smartphone. It's easy to forget, but that thing in your pocket is a seriously powerful little computer. It gets online using either Wi-Fi or your mobile data, and it uses programs we call apps to do, well, pretty much everything.
Right, so every single one of those icons on your screen opens up an app that does something specific. You know, making calls, sending texts, all that stuff. But for right now, we're going to zero in on two of the most important ones, your email app and your web browser. This is really where we need to be on our toes.
And that brings us to the web browser. It's really simple. It's your main door to the internet. Doesn't matter if you use Chrome, Safari, or anything else, it's the tool you use to go to websites, look things up, and do important stuff like banking.
So, now that we're on the same page with the tools, let's talk about the main reason we're here, online scams. What are we actually up against? By far, the most common scam out there is something called phishing. And it sounds just like what it is. Scammers are literally phishing for your private information. They'll send you fake messages designed to make you feel scared or curious, all in the hope that you'll click on a bad link or give up something like a password.
But here's the thing, and this is so important. We don't have to just sit back and wait for it to happen. We can actually get ahead of it. It's time to build a strong digital shield to keep ourselves safe.
Okay, step one is all about securing your actual hardware, your phone and your computer. Think of it like locking the doors and windows to your house. This means running security software, always keeping everything updated, and you can usually set that to happen automatically, which is great, and making sure your important files are backed up somewhere safe. Step two is about protecting what's inside the house, all of your online accounts. This means using strong passwords that are different for each important site. And please, I can't stress this enough, turn on multi-factor authentication whenever you can. It's that second layer of security, like when a site texts you a code. It is one of the single best things you can do to protect yourself.
All right, our digital shield is up. Now comes the fun part. Let's learn how to be a bit of a detective. It's time to learn the red flags so we can spot a scam before it ever has a chance to cause trouble.
You can really see the difference here, can't you? Scammers absolutely rely on panic. They use that urgent, threatening language and a generic greeting like "Dear Customer" because they want you to act fast without thinking. A real company, though, they're almost always going to use your name and keep things professional. So here are the big things to watch out for. First, always look at the sender's email address. Does it look, a little weird? Second, is it trying to get you to click a random link or open an attachment you weren't expecting? Third, is it supposedly from a company you don't even use? And last but not least, watch out for spelling and grammar mistakes. Scammers are often in a rush. Okay, this is a real game changer. It's so simple but so effective. Before you ever click a link in a questionable email, just move your mouse so it's sitting on top of the link. Don't click it. A little box should pop up that shows you the real web address it's trying to take you to. If that address looks weird, you've probably just dodged a bullet. But, what if you do all that? You check for the red flags and you're still just not 100% sure. What's the absolute safest thing to do? The answer is really simple. When in doubt, just don't touch it. Never, ever use the phone number or the links inside that suspicious email. Instead, go find the information yourself. Open up your web browser, search for the company's official site, and use the contact info you find there. All right, we've made it to our last section. Let's talk about what happens if you think you might have been scammed. The most important thing to remember is not to panic. There is a clear plan you can follow to handle it. Okay, if you think you might have clicked a bad link, the very first thing you do is damage control. Go to your security software right away and make sure it's updated, then run a full scan. As soon as that's finished, go change the password for whatever account the scam was pretending to be about. And finally, please report it. I know it might seem like a hassle, but this step is so important. It doesn't just help you, it helps the authorities track these people down, and it helps protect other people from getting tricked by the exact same scam. As you can see, you can forward emails and texts, report it to the FTC, and of course, call your bank right away if any money is involved.
At the end of the day, staying safe online isn't about being paranoid, it's just about being aware. When you understand the threats, you know the red flags to look for, and you have a plan, well, you're the one in control. Your best defense is simply knowledge. So go on, get out there, and browse with confidence.